No one in the village ever went near the house at the edge of the forest. It stood alone beneath twisted trees, its windows dark, its walls cracked like old scars. At night, strange lights flickered inside, and people swore they heard whispers that didn't sound human or animal. They called it the Forbidden House. Mama cats warned their kittens to stay away. Birds refused to land on its roof. Even dogs tucked their tails and ran when they passed it. But one tiny ginger kitten didn't listen. Her name was Lumi. Lumi was smaller than the others, with one torn ear and bright, curious eyes that refused to fear the world. She lived near the river with her mother and siblings, surviving on scraps and hope. That night the moon hung low and silver in the sky when Lumi smelled something strange. It was a soft, metallic scent mixed with fear. Very quiet crying. Her paws moved before her thoughts could stop her. Lumi crossed the broken fence. She entered the Forbidden's house. The door creaked open by itself. Dust floated in the air like tiny stars. The floor was covered in old webs, but the house wasn't dead. The walls hummed softly, as if something deep inside was still alive. Lumi's fur stood on end. Then she heard it again. Lumi followed the sound down a narrow hallway and into the basement. What she saw froze her in place. 3 small creatures huddled together inside a broken metal pod. They looked like cubs, but not from Earth. Their skin shimmered pale blue. Their eyes were large and glowing faintly. Tiny clawed hands clutched each other in fear. The cubs smelled her blood. She had a fresh cut on her paw. And suddenly they stopped crying. Their glowing eyes locked onto her. The room went silent. For one terrifying moment, Lumi thought she had made a terrible mistake, and the smallest cub reached out. Lumi didn't understand how, but she felt it warmth, sadness, loneliness. The cubs were lost. Their ship had crashed. Their parents were gone. The house wasn't forbidden, it was forgotten. Without hesitation, Lumi licked the injured cub's wound. Her saliva hissed softly against the alien blood, sealing it like medicine. The cub's breathing steadied. For the first time since the crash, the alien cubs felt safe. Above them, the house shifted. Lights flickered on. The pod began to hum. Lumi backed away, hissing, but the cubs clung to her fur, terrified of being left alone again. Then the house spoke. Not with a voice, but with a presence. Guardian detected. Lumi didn't know what that meant, but the house did. Long ago, before the village existed, the house was built as a sanctuary, a hidden refuge for travelers from distant stars. When the humans abandoned the land, the sanctuary remained, waiting for someone pure enough to activate it again. Not a soldier. Not a scientist. The walls opened, revealing warm light and food shaped perfectly for small mouths, both feline and alien. The cubs ate hungrily, chirping in soft musical sounds. Lumi curled around them, her heart pounding. For the first time, she wasn't the weak one. She was their guardian. At dawn, the villagers noticed something wrong. The forbidden house was glowing. Men came with torches. Some carried weapons. They say it's cursed, said another. They kicked open the door. What they saw made them raise their weapons in terror. A ginger kitten stood in front of 3 glowing alien cubs. Brave, unmoving. The cubs pressed against her back. The house responded. The floor trembled. Light exploded from the walls, knocking the men backward. A deep signal echoed into the sky. The villagers ran. They never came back. That night the sky split open. A massive ship descended silently, glowing like a second moon. Beings stepped out tall, gentle, their eyes filled with relief and grief. The alien cubs cried out, rushing forward. Before leaving, one of the beings knelt before Lumi. A soft beam touched her forehead. You saved our future, the voice echoed in her mind. This world is safer because of you. The cubs nuzzled her one last time. Then they were gone. The house powered down forever. At sunrise, it looked like nothing more than old ruins again, but Lumi was different. Animals fought less, and every full moon, villagers swore they saw a ginger cat sitting on the hill, watching the stars. But as a legend, the brave guardian of the Forbidden House, and the secret that proved one truth across all worlds. Courage doesn't come from size.